Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. Major developments have been made at the Pakistan Cricket Board when you talk about the helm of affairs. The Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, has appointed a management committee and election commissioner of Pakistan Cricket Board. If you talk about this constitution of a proposed new management committee to manage the affairs of the Pakistan Cricket Board, it is under Article 38(1) of the Constitution of Pakistan Cricket Board 2014 for a period not exceeding than 6 months. Mr. Zaka Ashraf, former chairman PCB, has been appointed as the chairman of this management committee, and other members include Mr. Kalimullah Khan, Mr. Ashfaq Akhtar, Mr. Muhammad Musaddiq Islam, Mr. Azmat Parvez, Mr. Zahir Abbas, Mr. Khurram Karim Sumro, Mr. Khwaja Nadeem, Mustafa Ramde and Zulfikar Malik. These members will be part of this management committee that has been announced by the Prime Minister to head the Pakistan Cricket Board for a period of 6 months, and certainly it is a positive development where stability now returns to the Pakistan Cricket Board. So it is great to see Mr. Zaka Ashraf on your screens. You can see this video, took over charge as the head of this management committee as well today. Mr. Salman Nasir, the chief operating officer of the Pakistan Cricket Board, can also be seen alongside. And like I said, it is a positive development. Zaka Ashraf also chaired the first meeting of this newly appointed management committee as well. So we'll be discussing about that in detail. Then we move on to the ever so glorious Ashes, which is underway, and mind you, England have been absolutely superb in this morning session. They've won the toss, they've taken some important 4 wickets, and it's all been about the pace of Mark Wood. And we've been saying it, me and Asif have been crying about it. Why hasn't Mark Wood been playing throughout this series so far? But I guess England also has a habit of what we have been doing in this part of the world, taking decisions very late. So probably that mentality has prevailed over there. But great to see. It's been sheer pace from Mark Wood, and when you've got pace and swing like that, you tend to pitch the ball as up as you can, and that's what he's done. He's exploited that good length, fuller length as well. The Usman Khwaja dismissal, we were just gauging that, has been a prime example of that as well. So we'll discuss that in detail, and then we move on to the World Cup qualifiers, where it's Netherlands who are facing Scotland. They're chasing a target now that has been set for them as well, but in 19.4 overs, they're 94 for 3. If you talk about their chase, they've just lost another wicket. Spin tends to be exploiting a couple of wickets there for Scotland, but whoever wins this game gets automatic qualification for the World Cup. So it's sort of like a semi-final, final, if you want to call it. Sri Lanka's already qualified. So we'll discuss this game, and if you want to catch the action and watch it live, you can tune into PTV Sports, where you can watch the World Cup qualifier game in HD as well. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, in studios, we've been joined by cricket commentator, cricket expert, broadcaster and presenter K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
We're great to have you on the show. We've also been joined by cricket expert and analyst Sabir Hussain. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Wa alaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm fine, thank you.
Great to have you as well, sir, on the show. Now, Asif, first of all, a very important development. Like we said last evening, the Prime Minister, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, officially made this a decision, if you want to call it, but it's now official through the cabinet meeting as well, that a new management committee now takes over the Pakistan Cricket Board for a period of 6 months with Zaka Ashraf as the chairman.
First of all, congratulations to the newly appointed committee and the chairman committee, Zaka Ashraf, that they have taken the charge. The situation was if and buts, the things were going wrong, because you know that the opponents, they went to the court against the decision of Prime Minister that they didn't want the election of Pakistan Cricket Board. I think now situation is pretty much clear. Everyone knows that their role, that they'll be definitely working on this position for next 4 months. So what does it mean? That till the World Cup, I think that they'll be taking the charge. And right before this, Zaka Ashraf had a meeting with Babar Azam, and he has given the full confidence to the team. In today's press conference, right before departing to Sri Lanka, Babar Azam said that either there are getting some changes in the Pakistan Cricket Board and the committee, but it has nothing to do with us. We should concentrate on the game. We should concentrate on our performance, on our fitness, each and everything. So I think when we talk about this new appointments for the Pakistan Cricket Board, we should give them confidence, because I was not in the favor to change the previous regime right before the World Cup or the Asia Cup, but now it happened. Would have to support them.
Support is something that is very necessary, but at the same time, something that has been missing from Pakistan cricket, whether it's the management or the selection policy, the cap, whatever you want to talk about, is consistency, Sabir. So how important is this that finally we have stability returning to Pakistan Cricket Board?
Rightly said. I mean, first of all, let's congratulate, Zaka Ashraf, and thanks to Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif as well. Very timely, decision. I mean, obviously the Asia Cup is, will be played in Pakistan with the help of hybrid model as well. Also World Cup as well. So I mean, we needed, such kind of a decision very quickly. So I mean, finally we have, a committee which will be headed by Zaka Ashraf as well, with, committee members as well, very senior members like you rightly mentioned. I mean, Zahir Abbas as well, Ramde and Sumro Saab as well. So I mean, very, very, a difficult kind of situation for PCB because they have to, achieve some tremendous task. I mean, we discussed a couple of weeks ago the infrastructure as well, the development programs as well, especially for the stadiums. I mean, it's very difficult to construct a newly stadiums, in bigger cities, but I mean, it's better to renovate and to have some kind of a maintenance as far as the existing stadiums are concerned. We always talk about Sheikhupura, Gujranwala, Hyderabad as well, and Sialkot as well, Faisalabad. So I mean, these kind of stadiums need some kind of renovation as well. So Zaka Ashraf, in his previous time, he basically he did some wonderful works. I mean, as far as the development and infrastructure works were concerned. But this particular time they have a 6 months month time as well. This particular committee. I hope so, but this committee will extend their period as well with the help of Prime Minister. But I mean, obviously these kind of some board changes, management as well does not affect as far as Pakistan cricket team is concerned. Babar Azam rightly said, I mean, they are basically supposed to focus as far as their cricket is concerned, their upcoming series against Sri Lanka, then ODIs against Afghanistan, then the Asia Cup as well, then the World Cup. I mean, so these kind of changes in the board management must not affect in fact the Pakistan cricket team.
Asif, the challenges this year are immense. It's a World Cup year. You got an Asia Cup which you're hosting as well, according to a hybrid model. Then of course the challenge has got to be team selection, everything in between. Like I said, World Cup is your priority, the Asia Cup as well. And next year, you move on to another year, you're going to be hosting a Champions Trophy in Pakistan. Women's cricket needs immediate focus right now. Then the domestic model needs to be implemented again, which now returns to its normal first-class structure. So immense challenges at the helm of affairs.
I think that rightly said, and you would have to make your shopping list. First of all, what you want to do. For example, as rightly said by Sabir, that if you want to construct new stadiums, it's a very good idea. But I think that if you're working on your domestic cricket and if you're giving facilities to your the domestic cricketers, that would be a huge achievement. And as you said, that the women cricket, of course, that you'd have to take some initiatives in terms of cricket academies, in terms of school cricket, in terms of club cricket, in terms of regional and departmental cricket. So lots of work need to be done. But I think Zaka Ashraf got some experience, that because he has enjoyed the same position as well before, and he has served on the same position. But the only thing is that either now we are on the same page that we want betterment in the cricket. That is the one prior and the major issue, which definitely all the Pakistanis are looking towards that. If we're not on that page and we just want, what that if and buts are still going on, I think that your team can't perform in that scenario. Because after all, though Babar Azam has showed his concern that we have nothing to do with that, we are just we are just following our cricket, we're just trying to concentrate on our health, on our physique, on each and everything, on our physical fitness. But even then, they used to watch social media, and what's going on social media, you can watch that the people are talking about that what's going on in Pakistan. And all the time, that the regime change after 6-7 months, a year in the cricket board, I think won't be a good idea.
Well, certainly, like we said, consistency should be the first order of business. But at the same time, Sabir, there are things that need immediate focus, not just international cricket, but when we talk about the domestic structure, and especially I think if somebody asks me, the first priority should always be revamping the women's cricket structure.
Absolutely, the priority should be, to focus on your domestic circuit. This is the major, the prime responsibility of a PCB chairman. He basically the kind of team he's having right now, and better to go to some small regions. I mean, distribution of funds is very important. The development in women's cricket is very important. Especially in the kind of training camps of women as well, in every region, rather than focusing on Lahore only. You have some small cities. We always talk about. I personally, basically, in my opinion, I always talk about go to some rural areas, because these are the basically areas where you will find some wonderful talent. I mean, we always talk about Shanwaz Dahani, some Junaid Khan as well, some small areas of Pakistan. So these kind of small areas needs some kind of funding as well. So funding is very important. We always heard about from PCB earning so much funds as far as PSL is concerned, but where these funds are going, to be very honest. I mean, the maintenance, the renovation of infrastructure of stadiums, and also as there has to be something kind of amount should be given to domestic cricketers as well. So this is basically there's bread and butter for them. So they have to run their families as well. So domestic circuit is very important for Pakistan. Obviously the first priority of chairman should be focus on domestic circuit. Then you have some away series as well. We still remember Zaka Ashraf played a wonderful role when Pakistan basically toured India in 2012-13. They basically toured for ODI series and one day series as well, and then Pakistan toured a couple of times in South Africa as well. So Zaka Ashraf, I am quite hopeful as far as their skills are concerned, their administration skills are concerned. So I mean, obviously the priority should be on the domestic circuit.
Absolutely, it should be, and I think from all of us, we agree on one point, that stability has returned to Pakistan Cricket Board, and we'd like to congratulate this management committee, especially Mr. Zaka Ashraf, and of course we pray and wish him all the best and success, because Pakistan cricket certainly needs a tenure that is progressive and at the same time is benefiting Pakistan cricket across formats, across ventures as well. Something very important that Pakistan cricket requires. Now we take you to the Ashes, which enters the third test match now. Australia are 2-0 up in the series already. England making many changes as they could. Australia making two of them as well, three of them in particular, where we saw Nathan Lyon, because he was injured, he was replaced as well from a spinner's perspective. Then we see Mitchell Marsh coming back into the side, replacing Cameron Green, and we also saw Scott Boland coming back to the side as well. But if you talk about England, they won the toss, opted to ball first, and it was all about fast bowling. Stuart Broad not just picking up David Warner as he always does, but picking the big wicket of Steve Smith, and this has happened right before lunch, is something very, very important. 1 wicket for Mark Wood, 2 wickets for Stuart Broad, and 1 wicket for Chris Woakes, who also comes back into the side. 91 for Australia at the stroke of lunch. Asif.
Yes, today we are getting an answer that who is Australia. This is the same answer, that once again winning the toss and just going for the bowling first was good idea on that pitch, because yesterday as we were just looking at the green surface, and we were shocked that why James Anderson is not there. So I think Mark Wood has given an answer with his sheer pace, bowling so nicely, bowled 6 over 8, given only 8 runs and took a wicket of Usman Khawaja. That was brilliant delivery. Though Usman Khawaja, guys, I'm telling you that with technique, when you talk about, when you see the batter either a batter is coming rightly on the ball or not, just follow Ahmed. He is so good with that, and he has pointed out right before the show that his bat came very late on the ball, and that's why and the pace was really genuine. That's why he has beaten inside edge actually, and thank you and goodbye, Tata, Usman Khawaja. Rest 90 for 4. Now England, in this situation, England, they're very much in the match. But do remember that Australia, they're really good.
We'll just go towards a short break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back.